I see that we're talking about culture, and culture is really great. What's the definition of culture? I believe that culture is something that brings out people. Culture is your way of life. It is the behavior pattern expressed by one who sees things accordingly to what his or her mind processes, right? So we're talking today about culture, food, and I want to bring it all together because there's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of rich things behind culture. We have different types of geographical locations that's connected to culture. So we definitely want to make sure that we are respectful of different foods and everybody has their different way of life. So who am I? My name is Coach Mark. I have two locations here in South Jersey. I have one in Sewell and we have one in Vineland. We've been operating for about 9 years in Sewell, 8 years in Vineland. We love our area. We love our members, and it is a great honor to basically serve South Jersey. Reason why I got into the fitness game was because at one point in time I had diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I was at 265 pounds. I had 4 different medications, and I wind up getting off of the medication when I going down the holistic route. Today, my goal is basically to teach you guys. My goal is to help you lose about 20 to 30 pounds by the summertime. The reason why I say that, and I say that confidently, is because we've helped over about 1,000 people get towards their goals. And when it comes to losing weight, it's not really weight loss, it's about fat loss, right? So I'm going to teach you guys some tactics, some tricks. Many of you guys are in a sedentary lifestyle. You guys work, you guys sit down, then you go in your car, you sit down, then you go home, then you sit down. And there's a lot of inactive areas that need to just be uplifted a little bit. So my goal is basically to help you guys have a great understanding, and we're going to put together, and I'm going to tie in this culture and this food together as well. So with food and history, a lot of times many of our ancestors dealt with food for survival, right? Some other areas, there was a lot of food and there was food in abundance, right? So when it comes to food, our environment and our economics basically play the part. But now our food is basically brought together at ShopRite or Walmart, right? So we can go in and we can find the certain foods that all of our cultures like. And these type of things have different seasonings. We have different spices, and there's many different ways. A lot of times, especially in the 1900s, unfortunately, we've started to lack certain resources in order to lose the actual weight. Many of us were going into a different type of industry, different type of work. Days of riding your bike and going to the grocery store are over, or walking to the grocery store are over. So obesity has gone up. So my goal is basically to help it go down, right? So this is what we're talking about. The old life, we sit more, it's a lot more stress. Stress is basically a very triggering factor. There's good stress and there's also bad stress, right? So good stress is something that happens if you guys were in a boot camp. So after you guys finished eating and I told everybody to stand up, you guys did about 20 squats. 20 squats, right? What will happen is your body will start producing norepinephrine. That's a good stress. That's a stress hormone that our bodies need. A bad stress would be cortisol. Cortisol is something that comes from your brain and it's a stress hormone. And unfortunately, that stress hormone can make you ill. It sends certain signals to your brain, to your gut, and it can make you eat more. It can make you stress more. It can make you be an emotional eater. So our goal is basically to reduce cortisol, increase norepinephrine. Now, what you just ate, right, was high in calories, right? I could say that. And with low movement, your body is going to store this food in fat, right? That's why when you guys asked me that I want some, I said no, because I need my energy. No, I'm just joking. When it comes to eating food, we love food. There should be no shame in it. You guys should enjoy the foods that you eat. There should be no issue with eating something that you love, but it's eating the foods that you love and doing things in the right way, meaning that you guys get active. Going on a 30-minute walk a day, or having a walking pad at home that you can order on Amazon for $70 or something. Basically being able to get your steps in. How many people in this room have an iPhone? You can go into your Apple Health and you can look at how many steps you make a day. And if it's not at 10,000, well, let's focus on getting it to 8,000 or 9,000. So eventually our goal can be 10,000. If you hit 10,000, then you can get to 12,000. Our ancestors, because we're talking about culture, they hit 10,000 steps and more a day. How many miles is 10,000 steps? 5 miles. 5 miles is 10,000 steps. Our ancestors would have to go to the river with something on top of their heads to go and fill up that water and then come back to the village, utilize that water. Or they would have to till something they would have to utilize those steps. So we have to do a good job at getting those steps in. Something as easy as steps. Walking is something really, really simple. Sitting down, standing up, that will be the next trick. Going to the wall, doing some sort of push-ups on the wall. If you can't do push-ups on the floor, something, just getting yourself ready. When it comes to weight loss, there's a difference between weight loss and fat loss. Unfortunately, back in the day, we utilized the term weight loss. I use the term weight loss. If you drive to one of my facilities, you will see on our sign it says weight loss. But unfortunately, it's been hijacked. Because when a person says, I lost 20 pounds, what are they really saying? They lost 20 pounds of muscle or fat, because there's a total difference between muscle and fat. What do you think weighs more, muscle or fat? Can someone tell me? They both weigh the same. Body fat takes up more space in your body than muscle. So if you had a $100 bill in one pocket and 100 ones, $100 is $100. Fat loss is basically when you lose pure body fat. Weight loss is when you lose muscle in the process. Unfortunately, there's a lot of different shots and a lot of procedures, and people are losing weight, but they're losing muscle mass in a large amount, 60% in the process, which is the reason why once they get off the drug, the weight basically comes back on. So our goal is basically to help you lose body fat. And if you lose body fat, that will increase your lifespan. If you want to live longer and you don't want someone to wipe your butt by the time you get to 70 to 80 years old, you want to put on muscle and lean muscle. And the reason why is because that is your real currency. There's no better currency in the world than having lean muscle mass, because once you stop, once your lean muscle mass goes down, that means you will be dependent on other people. That means that your immune system goes down. That means you could be prone to cancer. There's so many different areas that we need to basically cover. So when it comes to exercise, our goal is to put on more lean muscle mass. What is the difference between muscle and lean muscle? Can anybody tell me? The difference between muscle and lean muscle is that muscle has fat, lean muscle doesn't. That's it. Muscle has fat, lean muscle doesn't. Like if you go to the store and you buy some chicken, you know how you have to separate the fat from the muscle has fat, lean muscle doesn't. When we have muscle, we have fat that's around it. That's when you step on a scale and you look on it, you're like, oh, I see 240. Then you go the next day, 238. Wow, I lost 2 pounds. Is it water weight? Is it muscle you lost? Or is it fat? The biggest thing that they hold against us is they don't tell us what is our body fat percentage. If you know your body fat percentage, you can lose body fat easily because you know that actual number. Body mass index is the total calculation of your body fat and muscle. It's only factored by your weight, your age, and your height, nothing else. Your body fat percentage is what tells. See, doctors go by BMI, but BMI is very discriminatory. So BMI does not tell you exactly where you need to be. It will tell you that you need to be at 120 pounds. The more lean muscle mass you have means the faster your metabolism is, which means the faster your body fat will decrease. What is body fat? Look at this. Toxins. So when you eat a certain type of food, it's toxins that's stored inside of your fat cells. All we got to do is figure out a way of tapping into your fat cells. And how you do that is by a little trick called fasting. That's it. If you guys were to eat your food at a certain time of day, you will lose it really fast. I'm going to tell you the secret. If you go and you stop eating carbs at 3 p.m., you can still eat chicken, you can still eat asparagus, green beans, or something. Just cut your carbs, your major carbs at 3 p.m., you lose body fat. You should actually do a fast, which is about a 3-day fast or a 15-day fast, because what you have is a certain type of bug that we like to call bad bacteria or parasite, because it's making you want it. See, carbs is addictive, and there's 2 different types of carbs. What is carbs? Carbs is what you need. That's energy. Our bodies are made of carbs. The earth is made of carbs. It's carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. That's it. That's what carbs are. You need it in order to live. You can't avoid it. We need carbs. Carbs are good, but at certain times, carbs can actually be detrimental. So what we got to do is we got to figure out a way of when we eat carbs and when we stop eating carbs. If you do a protein shake around and you eat your cutoff point around 6 o'clock, o'clock, the body fat will go off. The next step is basically to locate where your actual fat is. There's two different types of fat. There's visceral fat and there's subcutaneous fat. Visceral fat is basically behind your muscles of your stomach. That is the fat that's associated with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides. Subcutaneous fat, that is the fat that is basically located behind your actual, on top of your muscles. That's the fat that you want to get rid of. That's the fat that's associated with cellulite. That's the fat around your butt. So what you want to do is you want to start a fasting protocol and you want to build up muscle. So if you are trying to lose weight, you got to build up muscle. If you're trying to gain weight and turn your winter gut into a summer butt, you got to gain lean muscle. That's what it is. What do you think weighs more, muscle and fat? We covered that, right? Muscle and fat both weigh the same. Body fat takes up more space in your body than muscle, right? To understand this more clear, I want you to understand why muscle is so important. Nobody explains this, right? The doctors don't explain this. I don't know why they don't, but understand that 1 pound of lean muscle burns 50 calories at rest every single day. That is why you're at sleep, while you're at work here, while you're driving, while you're relaxing at home. It takes 4 to 6 weeks to develop 1 pound of lean muscle though. This is why so many people give up in the gym. You go to the gym, you get that look, you get your sneakers, you get your spandex, you're ready to exercise, you lose a couple of pounds, woo, you take a couple of pictures, share it, like it. People going, go on girl, you doing your thing, right? You're at Planet Fitness, it's great. But the problem is that over time, you don't build or develop lean muscle because there's no progression with your exercise. You don't know when to lift heavy, or you don't know when to actually bring things down or deregulate your exercises. There's many different variables of exercise. So this is why we created a community, which is literally a no-brainer. So you get a chance to come in, you get to exercise with us, come in with the community and have a better way of doing things, right? So when it comes to exercise, we're building up lean muscle. This is why so many people leave the gym, because they don't even know that it takes 4 to 6 weeks to develop 1 pound of lean muscle. But if you have 1 pound of lean muscle, that is basically the start. 10 pounds of lean muscle burns 500 calories. That's that whole plate that you have right. With 10 pounds of lean muscle, you have burned successfully 500 calories at rest. 7 days a week, 7 times 500 is 3,500 calories. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound that comes off. So your body starts to take preemptive measures. There's folks that have 30 pounds of lean muscle. There's people that are incinerating food when it goes right into their stomach. So that can be you. This is why there's some people that can be 90 years old and they can still do all kind of squats and different deadlifts and stuff like that, because lean muscle mass is basically the key. You guys focus on building up lean muscle mass, you will not be sorry. I promise you. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of fat, right? We want to modify, don't eliminate. I'm not telling you to don't eat anything in here. Eat whatever you want to eat, but just eat it at a specific time so that you know exactly how your body is processing. Only you know your body. 3 p.m. That's a great start. Stop carbs during that actual time. Stop carbs. That's it. Stop major amounts of carbohydrates, because carbohydrates is what you use for energy. So if you eat it around 7 o'clock when your body is breaking down, going to sleep, then what is going to happen? So we want to make sure that we can do better. Smaller portions, simple fixes, move daily, and we're going to add more protein to the actual mix. Eat more chicken, eat more fish, eat more shrimp, put it inside of a salad. So we basically eliminate so much highly processed foods, cut it all out, and then basically you'll see a total difference. So if you like to eat pancakes in the morning, go and eat pancakes in the morning. If you like waffles, French toast, eat that in the morning time, but be productive. And then at the end of the day, get a 30-minute walk in and your body will start to burn it up. We have a 21-day fit and feminine challenge that we basically had. This month of March is basically the month of March for women and empowerment and making sure that you guys have an actual place to go. We have our females that are inside of Supreme Body Training. They've created a group and a movement called Women in Motion, and they've created the 21-day fit. And this is for most women that stay stuck in the gym with inconsistent workouts, confusing nutrition, and no accountability. What we do is we create that. in 21 days, because 21 days it takes you to create a habit. You get unlimited boot camp. You get a structural meal plan. I mean, a real one, like to know exactly what to eat before and after your workout, how to stay hydrated, supplement sense, label reading, healthy shopping, portion control, how to balance out macronutrients, and really have an understanding of exercise science. We have videos that basically it's like a library of different videos that you guys can watch. Then once you're ready, we have an app where we even give you a grocery list. So it's a no-brainer. You literally can press the button and say, this is what I ate today. And it's really simple. We also have a coaching call. This Feminine Fit is basically valued at $600. We're giving it to you today for $97 for 21 days. 21 days for $97. You will get 21 days of unlimited coaching, training classes. We also have a 3D body scan where you'll get in and we'll show you your body fat percentage. We'll show you all your measurements. We'll show you your skeletal muscles. We'll show you your lean mass percentage, your lean muscle mass. We'll show you how much body fat you have in your body. It will break all that down. Typically charge $60 for that for people on the streets. And we have also the Supreme Body Academy, which is our video library. And then you will have a one-on-one accountability kickoff call with Coach Elisa, had you doing them squats the other day. Your investment today is $97. You guys have spent $97 on things that you shouldn't have been spending $97 on. Basically, just to learn, no pressure today is totally up to you.